Yes, I think that's absolutely true, considering we were almost discounting them and writing them off after the play, and they did not look solid at all on, well, really any map. They just survived, is all it was. But now they're doing better than that, and capitalizing on mistakes is certainly part of a successful team. They did exactly that against Virtus Pro.
Sometimes that's what you need. Just fight and claw just to survive for a certain amount of time until you finally can find a way to overtake it.
Rope-a-dope. Ali, just sit back. Take a beating.
Rope-a-dope. Let's see if they can flow like a butterfly. Here we go. A bomb site. Res deep. S-tag hiding behind the box. No one looking for it. Gives out a shot. There's a headshot. But it's traded immediately. Big kill from Kicker. Bomb site's open. Plant can go down and they have control of Temple as all. Kicker falls. That's the bomb on the ground. That's going to delay. That's going to cost so much time. And look how far away Yekindar is. And NIP won't realize this, but they've got a huge advantage.
Yeah, they absolutely do. Flits. He's got two. Oh, nearly spun around on the Glock to find Fuzi as well, but Fuzi's not up for that.
This is so cool. Buster just bailed out. He grabbed the bomb. Yekindar saying, I got the bomb site. I got the B. Just come all the way back and look at this push. This is going to be a tough angle for NIP to clear out. Nice advantage in the 2-on-2 for Virtus Pro, but this bomb needs to go down.
They're not even together either, so it's an extremely good angle because that's a tradable position. There's no cover there for Yekindar, and sees the body just walking out slowly. Down goes Fuzi. Hampus knows he's in a world of trouble at this point in time. I would have thought they would have got together on that and gambled to play the retake and the trade, but Hampus was still searching for information while they were planting over on the B side of the map.
Well, they never saw Yekindar's lurk, right? So he was just trying to find out which bomb set they were going to. Great kills from Yekindar to open things up, provide the escape route. I mean, he's meant to be a long flank if that bomb goes down, right? And then obviously, when shit hits the fan, he provides the opening they need. 1-0, VP take the pistol. Great kills from Flit as well to just keep this round even possible, even doable for Virtus Pro.
Yekindar makes no mistake on the Glock at that range.
Great crosshair placement, immediate headshots.
Yekindar again is going to be the one that goes over toward B on his own, so he's going to play that lurk once more. S-tag trying to get a tag with the scout, moving up toward the A tunnels. But he'll back all the way to Temple, in fact. Popsky already inside Jaguar, and it will be, What does this guy have, like fire-resistant boots right now? It literally like encircled him, but never touched him.
Yep. Yekindar challenging in mid, sees Fuzi, A bomb site. There's no way to defend against this. Plenty more smokes for Virtus Pro to use, and S-tag's vision is taken away and denied. They don't even need Temple this time. Bomb's going to go down. Yekindar has Donut. They don't need to worry about that either. How much does NIP want to commit to trying to make this work before they call it off and try again in the next round?
I'm going to say they don't commit much at all, Jason, because they're already backing up. They'll keep their armor or attempt to. Yekindar's even come all the way back around through middle and joined his team, so no more lurk. They're safe at B.
2-0.
Do we get this rare round where all 10 stay alive?
I think we will.
James not going to have that.
I think he's just making sure nobody's coming up to get exit kills. He's just securing the escape route. So, fair play. Stalemate called.
Somebody's got to win the round, though, Jason, so Virtus Pro will take a second point on the board. I can't think off the top. I can't imagine there's ever been a round where 5 players stayed alive in the CTs, or 10 players stayed alive in the CTs won. Surely that scenario never happens.
It's happened a couple times, I think.
Wow.
I mean, I can't remember a specific one, but
That's the thing,
I have to imagine it'd be like a late execute attempt with time running down, and they all just realize, nope, we don't got it.
Yeah, fair, yeah.
But it is rare to throw you a bone.
The only bone anyone will throw me. I gotta at least make fun of myself once a cast, right? Like, it's just appropriate. Hampus and Plopsky getting aggressive with the Deagles, and it'll pay off. Flick goes down. In fact, it was just Al Hampus. No assist, no flash support, just did it himself. Second shot on James was a headshot, and that will leave Virtus Pro down 2. Hampus goes down to 4 HP, but that's fine.
Oh, Yekindar has to make this play. I don't know if Hampus saw him jump. Yeah, he did. He did. Spotted. And the scout grabs the angle. Yekindar's in some trouble. Third kill for Hampus. Oh.
4 HP, and he makes it work because of the call, because of the information and the scout tag to support him as Buster and Kicker suddenly realize this round is gotten very awkward, and they will try and find some picks. Bomb will wait back towards spawn. At this point, that's not really relevant. They need to open up a bomb site. Plopsky waiting by the cave, and Rez trying to peek out down toward the lane. Fuzi's even going to start to close the map in on them as well as he works out from Donut. So quick recovery from Nip. This arguably should have happened in the next round. Rez takes out Buster.
Jesus.
I'd say this one truly gone. Kicker just battling for stats at this point. Maybe I'd even say economic damage, but they have pistols. It's not really relevant either. Although they'll get another one from Rez, a second headshot from him. So 2 for him, 3 for Hampus, and a brilliant start from him doing so.
Man, Hampus just had so much impact. The 2 kills in Jaguar, and then obviously the spot in middle on the Yekindar that allowed the scout tag and allowed him to clean up for a 3rd. Oh, VirtusPro's gonna be frustrated they let this one slip away. 2 players there, and they couldn't trade, just the lonely Deagle. First round on the board for NIP. They've got rifles, same with VirtusPro. A little bit light on utility for the VP attack. They've got plenty of smokes. It's flashbangs they're lacking at the moment, just 3 of them.
Nice shot from Plopsky. Buster goes down. Accuracy certainly not lacking for NIP in these last 2 rounds.
And flexing early on in that position. There's going to be a lot of battles throughout this half at lane and at Jaguar.
Bomb still way back towards spawn as well. Kickert's leaving a long and doing so in a quick fashion with Fuzi at Donut. That should have been heard. So that's, I think, part of the reason. Well, I thought Rez was going to rotate. He's not. He's actually going to stay and keep looking in that direction. Throws an additional smoke out. They aren't going to overcommit to this, knowing they have the man advantage. It's S-Tag and Plopsky, and S-Tag at the Cubby as well. Vulnerable position to play. Can be very quickly isolated by utility, but he's going to put a smoke down and get himself out of there.
Oh, that timing is so perfect on that smoke. All of VP was rotating back to kind of attack a contact play up that B ramp. And they just get shut down. They just get completely denied access to it. That's really brutal. 2 smokes, 2 flashbangs left for this attack, and a 4-on-5.
Interestingly, Plopsky goes back into the same position where his teammate vacated previously, and you can see why it's vulnerable. You can already see the spam coming through from the wooden wall. It's not going to hit him yet. S-Tag spots them directly. At the door of the cave, they jump out. Plopsky ready. First kill, and that means they get scurried and scoured between the 2, but Yakinder gets them both as Hampus walks straight in to his own demise. Kicker's got Plopsky, Bomb goes down just barely in time, and we've now got a 2-on-2 that suddenly has turned in the favor of VP when it looked like nothing was possible. Yakinder's got the round. I thought that crossfire was successful. That S-Tag had done enough. But the lineup in Hampus, my goodness, just runs to give it away.
That's unbelievable that he's able to get that. What a gift given over. Unlucky for NIP. Everyone's trying to get involved in the action. Everyone's trying to hold on to the bomb site. They have all the kills they need. I don't even think they necessarily need to make this aggressive of a play. Hampus didn't need to come through that smoke, but he's just doing his best to kind of help his teammates and get involved in the action. And man, Yekindar starting this out with this game out fantastically. Those 2 kills are huge, and obviously the 2 kills in the pistol round that let them close things out. VP would love to have Yekindar at a high level here on Ancient.
Not wrong at all about that, as they had $0 left on their credits at the end of the purchase in the last round. Now they've got a bit of a grace period as the AKs come out, but as a result of that, you'll get the force buy from NIP. You were highlighting something, Jason?
Well, yeah, the timeout called by VirtusPro just to talk things over. A critical round. Obviously, you don't want to lose it. It's going to be another strong buy from NIP, but VirtusPro knows if they can win this round, you're going to have great economic control early on. You're going to win that early economic battle, and that it can let them extend the lead up to 5-1, maybe even 6-1. Pretty important round this early in the game. Yekindar's been the stud so far for VP, and they relegate him to the Tech 9 in thanks.
Yeah. Hey, great job, champ. Here, take this.
Yeah, you did a great job with the AK-47. Let's see if you can do it on a Tech 9. This will be a contact play, I think.
Hampus is actually going to come back into the site with Rez boosted up. That means he's close by. course, you never really know, do you? Because now he's back toward the front side of the donut.
Drop 2 smokes to throw the 2 smokes. Posture like there's more players here than there actually are.
So Rez gets off the boost after smoking off long himself and joins Hampus at donut, which means they'll play a retake position on A if they walk in from that point of the map. And James taking the bomb there now.
VP's done a great job of showing and signaling that they're attacking mid and they're going to attack the B bomb site. Everyone has shifted away. They've done such a great job. Look at this push. This push is everything. They catch a nade in the hands of Yekindar, but here comes the AK. Needs a kill. Flitz got it.
Flit does well to hit that because they were ready for it. They spotted him dropping off the box as well. So even though he's tagged to 20, he will reveal that there was a player in donut. Did they know that there's 2? Did they see Hampus? I'm not sure they did. They'll check it anyway. Buster's got the kill. And the smoke down at Temple. The bomb plant secure. Kiekert will cover off the close angle from CT where Plopsky wants to go. No, bomb didn't get planted. They burned him alive. Buster drops, and the kills come the way of NIP. So they might steal back what was stolen by Yekender in the previous, because this one looked to be all Virtus Pro with the bomb in position, and it's just on to Jame, and it might be that time. 4 seconds left. He finds one on Plopsky, but this round's done.
This is the frustrating part of Counter-Strike, because I feel like VP did everything so well in this round. Tactically, they made everything perfect. They made NIP rotate exactly where they wanted them. They made everyone shift away from that A bomb site. I don't know. It's felt a little bit of hesitation to actually pull the trigger and attack into the bomb site. Another good smoke timing from NIP's defense into that choke point. And obviously, great work. Fuzi with the SMG harasses them just enough, drops the Molotov, prevents the plant. Plopsky's able to get a kill, and it all falls apart despite a great round tactically for Virtus Pro. And let's see, because remember, NIP put so much pressure on them on Vertigo that they eventually broke down and collapsed. This is a lot of early frustration for VP. Right through the smoke. They're aware of the possibility, but James got the headshot. A follow-up is there too. Known for passive ulping and saving it, he's got 2 entries with the AK-47. Oh no, Fuzi's got a double. They hand it over with the spray and the double peek again. Virtus Pro desperately trying to make this work.
Kender only good for 1 before Hampus gets the kill onto him, and an aid that will go toward Flit. It puts him on 43. Bomb still taking smokes on it. I imagine they hold this. Hampus is going to be the one to try and do so. Flick can't find the angle, can't do anything with the MP9. This round's done already. Even if they find kills now, it's all for consolation. We've got a tie game.
Oh no, again, you get everything you want. The 2 entries, a 3-on-5 retake for NIP. Taking advantage of Virtus Pro scrambling to get into post-plant positions. Some critical kills at the right moment. And NIP take another one away. These last 2 rounds have been so scrappy. And NIP's just barely pulled in the lead. This one, just a last connection on Jame, who was low HP as he got around the corner. And not enough utility to secure the bomb site. Still, good economic damage and a plant for Virtus Pro. Both teams jockeying for early control.
Yekender still trying to wait behind the smoke at Jaguar. Buster's all the way back down bottom stairs. It's a very split map right now from the T approach. Likewise, though, for the CTs. Pretty standard formation. Hampus even top middle. Smoked off, though. They're actually vacating B really early on this. That's going to put a lot of pressure on S-Tag.
It's going to put a lot of pressure on the team, considering no one has information. There's smoke at top mid stairs. There's smoke in donut.
That was a guess by Rez. There was no tell, and I mean, obviously smoke down why, but he nearly got a chance at that for Flit. And Hampus gets caught. That's what they needed, because if they could have controlled middle, that's the rotation. This is done. This round's over.
Unless S-Tag can get something desperate, but yeah, Flit's in perfect position. He's doing his job well, cutting off the rotations, as you said. There's no support for S-Tag. He can't even really feel comfortable falling back. His teammates are going to have to just come help him escape, and NIP is going to scramble to try and keep these rifles in hand for the next round. And VP already posturing like they want to go hunt this down, like they're bloodthirsty.
Understandably so. No one's really in an established position right now in terms of economy, so if they can get any gun down, it's absolutely beneficial. They've already got the round secure. It'll be a 3rd round loss bonus now. I take it back, sorry, I'm reading that backwards. It'll be the 1st round for NIP, so yeah, this is hugely punishing. This is double eco territory.
Yeah, which is exactly why NIP, I mean, these 3 rifles were so important to them. So Virtus Pro spreads across the map, but they don't actually go hunt down the weapons. 4-3. And look, remember, this is one of the most CT-sided maps we have, so on a certain, to a certain degree, as long as this kind of economic back and forth as they kind of fight for it, the seesaw of these rounds happens, Virtus.pro is going to be happy because it's still not great buys for NIP. Famas is brought out, Deagle is brought out. And if Virtus.pro ever actually completes it and breaks NIP's money entirely and takes all their guns away, that's even better.
Plopsky's going quick, isn't he? Flick's already got Fuzi down, though. Plopsky wants to try and peek out toward the bottom of the stairs, but a smoke in that position will not allow it. Even if he gets through the door. Meanwhile, mitigation. Hampus is gone, and we get a 2-round advantage right now for, excuse me, a 2-man advantage for Virtus.pro.
Yeah, maybe.
Might be a 2-round,
yeah,
though.
Might be. And this is the exact round they want, as long as they don't get caught. As long as Plopsky and S-Tag cannot, like, double up or get 2 or 3 kills here and survive, this is the round you want because NIP's still fighting for it, so you can take all these guns away. There's a Molotov on James, hasn't thrown it out just yet.
This is a 6 split entry. Double peek each side, no way they can reset the aim unless they go slow about it. James flashing when he's already peeking, S-Tag down, what's he gonna do with that? That's giving one back.
Surprised they didn't use the Molotov to just clear it straight up. That's exactly what I mentioned they didn't want, was to have that little setup from NIP mount resistance and actually get a kill and fall away and survive.
Well, this is the weird thing with this, because surely you heard both players inside of the cave, and yet they still rotate back over toward A. They didn't even let Kicker go evaluate A, or sorry, excuse me, B. Now they go back to A, and NIP's guessing, well, we got the kills there. We've just leveled out of 5-on-3. Surely we're going to be meeting them at this site. So, yeah, I'm not sure I like this mid-round call from VP at all, because now they've dropped the bomb. Rez gives them the man advantage. It's Kickered versus 2, and with 20 seconds, he's nowhere near the site. What was he doing the whole time back toward the T-spawn side of the map? No information gathered from him. And that's a giveaway. 4-4 NIP. Just absolutely obliterate Virtus.pro's mistakes.
Yeah, say what you want about VP. You have to give credit over to NIP. What a great call. After that initial kill, everyone just bails out, rotates over. They catch VP completely unawares. I think a lot of the early going in these first 8 rounds, I felt like Virtus.pro tactically, for the most part, have looked sharper. But this is a beautiful call for NIP to keep them alive into it. Still not out of the woods just yet. Very powerful buy from Virtus.pro with an op in the hands of James. But that one keeps NIP alive.
We'll see if they can recover because it's not their economy gone yet. Flit's going to find Hampus. That's a bit aggressive. Flash was also thrown out by Kickered, and it was perfect over the top. Nothing they could do to stop it, and we go back toward the Jaguar position where the last round began to fall apart, but this time no one overcommitting to the peak. Plopsky, does he go through? He does. Ooh, this could be huge. If that smoke fades, they're still staring at it, but if he's able to get one and fade away...
Question is, does he call for a flashbang from a teammate as the smoke fades?
It's S-Tag that has to throw it. He could throw it from mid, but S-Tag can throw that from the back lane over top of the wall in a way that doesn't pop, and he can stare at them while it does. So it, unfortunately, isn't going to happen before the smoke is gone. And now, another 2-man advantage for VP, and they've got to convert this one, surely.
I was going to say, at some point, they have to convert, not only convert these man and 2-man advantages, but they have to capitalize on the fact that they're getting so many entry kills.
So Flit's in a similar position to Kicker right now, but look how hesitant he is. No information to middle. He's not probing out toward A. It's all going on at the B site. Very similar setup to last time. The difference is they haven't lost a man before they arrive. Ykinder also adds to that. Not before being traded by Rez. And Rez will slide in, but only to get taken out at home plate by the umpire and James, and that should be enough this time. No, it's not. Fuzi's through the smoke. He gets James back. I thought he was going to slide out and be spotted. Buster's low. This is tense again because the bomb's down on the site, and they're not yet on the flank. They're slow to get the information from Flit, but they get the round nonetheless.
Oh, it's unfortunate for Fuzi. You got to feel for him. There's no way he could have known there was going to be a gap in that smoke or a little gap underneath the edge of the smoke for Buster to grab him. Low HP on Buster. He finds the final kill. However it happens, it works. Virtus.pro's taken everything away from NIP. All the guns, all the money as well. Valiant effort again for NIP to try and recover a 3-on-5. I mean, that's got to be the story. VP has to do a better job of capitalizing on the opening kills they're getting to be putting themselves in 5-on-4s and 5-on-3s. And NIP have to stop that because there's only so many of those you can recover in a single half. And they've already got a couple that they've taken away. Round number 10, timeout called. With the dire economic situation for the Ninjas as well, and only a 1-round losing bonus, they're going to fully invest here. Deagle's picked up, armor as well. Utility's going to be bought. Everyone down as low as they can possibly go.
Foster looking inside of the lane. Rez is there at long. Don't see too many exchanges in this position, but this time undoubtedly we will, as he's committed and no escape. We will not get back to the site before the T's arrive, having taken him down. Kicker with the kill. They'll work their way forward. No one inside Donut as well, actually. Fuzi's all the way up and pushed through middle. Flit's still waiting back to catch him out. Didn't see him go by, but heard him, so there should be a call, surely, that he's going to be inside of the Donut position, but just the Deagles to contend with. Flit's still working up slowly. Lagging behind the play slightly, but I don't think NIP is even going to consider it. They'll keep their armor on S-Tag and Plopsky. They're already exiting. Hampus at least gets one back on Jane, but this round's done, I think. S-Tag even thought, well, hang on, I'll come back for a second. And then, nah, you're dead, I'm gone.
Would have been nice if he could have gotten away with the op, but that was going to be impossible. So 6-4, 2-round lead for Virtus Pro. Applying so much pressure on NIP in the early going, meeting a lot of resistance, but finally breaking through. This is trouble for NIP, for a map that is the most heavily CT-sided that we have.
Yeah, that's a good point. It really is right now.
Already down 2. 6-4, Virtus Pro, and I mean, a great chance to get 7-4. I mean, this is a great half for VP, and it can only get better.
So those Deagles and the armor that goes along with them for Plopsky and S-Tag, the only thing that they'll have on the Ninja's side. Flitz gets S-Tag. He'll follow that up to get Fuzi as well, so he's been holding off the middle successfully all game long. This time he gets 2 for his troubles. Look at this little boost that's been bopped.
I was gonna say, sick boost. Just put you all in the same place for the nade. Buster might be able, ooh.
Yeah, not so bad now, is it, Jason?
Yeah, I take it all back. Kicker has the bomb, so he doesn't want to turn the corner. Flashbang in, they're gonna peek before it. They swing. Yekindar should be able to handle business.
Smoke off the bomb, Plopsky. You've got an AK. Win this round now. 6 HP.
I believe.
I can fly. I don't know that Plopsky's going to touch the sky, though. Yekindar sneaking through. He'll do the same. Try and take advantage of that smoke to find him, but Yekindar gets the better of him, as I said. 6 HP. Not much of a chance in it. Made it a little bit interesting, but it is 7-4 for Virtus Pro.
They've actually done a really good job in middle. I feel like they've been finding opening kills there at a great rate, with great success rate. So many advantages found for Virtus Pro early on in these rounds. This has been a really tough half for NIP. Let's see if they can recover in round 12, 7-4.
Speaking of tough, Jason.
Yes, sir.
16-13, Copenhagen Flames won map 2 against Gambit, by the way. That's
Yikes.
on Vertigo now. Gambit has an early lead, but that would be an elimination of Gambit by Copenhagen Flames. Wow. That would be remarkable. Fuzi, aggressive, as we've already seen the exchanges favor Virtus Pro in this. He still has control of the bottom of the stairs, however. Buster's waiting for it. Bomb's down in that position as well, and Buster's on 42.
He's fine just chilling. They got 2 kills over here, and they spotted even the 3rd, so Buster's hanging out. Kicker is making his way, stomping his way. Hampus hears all of this. Fuzi's surely going to check hard right. He does. Buster never expected that. That's a good aggressive play when NIP needed something. However, Flit has been just a nuisance in this middle lurk, and he's going to get another one. Rez never sees it coming, spamming through smoke. He never saw the bomb either, Fuzi, when he pushed down. One spotted, Flitz brought low, doesn't want to re-engage. Content with the advantages he's found, there's Kickert from the other angle. And Fuzi on the long flank. James alone with the bomb, and I mean, he's playing it safe. I don't think he really cares. They just want to find out where Fuzi is before they commit anywhere.
Well, Fuzi has an AK as well, though, so I don't know that he'll be too interested in any of this ordeal. A slower affair so far, but now 8 rounds T-side, Virtus Pro.
Regardless of how the exchanges go, Virtus Pro's just had so many rounds playing with a man advantage. 5-on-3, 5-on-4. This round was a 4-on-3 after the initial exchange. This is brutal. You got to feel for NIP. They've had to fight so hard just to stay in this game, and it's starting to slip out of control.
Yeah, I mean, even in that round where they came back from a 2-man deficit,
yeah,
that looked like a turning point to keep them close, because that was a break point. That was we said it was double eco territory, and clawed themselves out of that one, and then found themselves on a double eco just after, so it didn't really last too long.
4 in a row for Virtus Pro now. as they extend their lead. 12-5 on Flit, 11-6 on Yekindar to lead the way for VP.
Flit's been quietly going about business in middle as well. He's been playing on that lurk position in so many occasions. I know he's got a lot of anti-eco frags, but he leads the way with 12, just to note.
Yeah, he's been awesome. We've seen him get aggressively kind of positioned outside of the top stairs when that smoke is there. We've seen him get some entries in middle. Now we're seeing him kind of lurk up a little bit late. It's been fantastic. And NIP, I mean, you can even kind of sense that just by the way this game has been going, because playing with, you know, getting two-man advantages early on, getting a man advantage early on again, it just opens up that middle part of the map. It's all down to timings, and Flit's been able to find him. He's been very, very effective, but I mean, all of that is just enabled by his team finding the opening kills.
He's got 10K as well, which just puts into perspective how quickly this game has cascaded against NIP, because we mentioned that they were avoiding double eco. They nearly broke Virtus.pro back in return during that sequence. And now that's not going to be the case. In fact, there should be money enough for the rest of the half for Virtus.pro as we start round 13. Kickert with the utility to go all the way toward the top of middle and allow Flit to once again to try and take that position with Fuzi at Donut. Rez will get a little bit further forward from A as well, watching for early presence, but meanwhile, Bomb, Buster, and Jame back over toward B. No Jaguar presence, and Yukinder's actually going to walk in there and clear that without utility, so they've got a pretty decent posture already toward this B site. Plopsky's going to have problems on this Deagle. Now look at Yukinder, he's just going. Plopsky hears him, but what's he going to do, run? That just gives his position away. Good counter smoke, though. Means Yukinder can't fully commit to the peak because his teammates are locked out.
That was actually his teammate's Molotov as well, just slowed him down, kind of ruined everything. I don't know if you want to go out here. Gonna test it. Good shot from Plopsky.
That's exactly the problem. We said he had good position. Jame at least gets there as well. They thought they could retake it. That gives S-Tag nothing but a punishment as he walks back through, but the smokes were there for so long, Buster couldn't do anything about getting into the site.
Rez has him blocked in, but it's not really all that powerful.
Nah, he's already given up on it. He knows he can't afford to push forward and get caught out.
He's hoping his presence is going to keep Virtus.pro honest, but we know that's not the case. That's a sick little one tap. No second tap there. He was fully confident in the first bullet accuracy. And see you later.
Yeah, they're going to go beyond that first 2 kills, so this one's done, I think, as well. Yep, 9-4. Buster swinging around the backside of the cube and into the lane. It's Rez that gets the kill with the Deagle. 1 on 3, Deagle, 37 HP. I don't think so. Neither does Kickert.
All right, Virtus.pro, they overcame the hardest part of this half. Some very stressful and frustrating rounds early on. This half could be even more of a blowout than it currently is if it weren't for some excellent calls by NIP. But as it kind of felt, even with some of those NIP rounds, Virtus.pro outplaying them across the map, it was only a matter of time. Up in the hands of Fuzi, 4 M4s, 1 kit on Plopsky, plenty of utility for the defense. But NIP desperately need these last 2 rounds. Desperately.
Desperate or otherwise, they're going to try and push the issue again toward Jaguar this time. It's Yukinder trying to fire back inside of the smoke. No harm, no foul. They even avoid the nade to an extent. S-Tag takes a bit of damage from it. And it's a double donut, which is not a Tim Hortons invention. The double-double, Jason, what do you guys call that at Dunkin' Donuts?
I haven't been to a Dunkin' Donuts in
It's probably for the best.
a long time. Or Tim Hortons, for that matter.
Also for the best. Flit's got up middle again, though. So despite that they have 2 players at Donut, the fact that the smokes went down, he's able to cross over. He can cut rotations. Bomb's getting ready to go A. This is a decent setup to make things very awkward. James going to try and sell this as well by holding people on the B site. They smoke the back lane.
What?
Fuzi, that's not bad. Walks in, gets Yukinder. Now, that's going to reveal to them they're backing off. James going to get 1 already, and that's because they thought on the fake they had to push mid and rotate, and meanwhile it was coming straight back at them. Bomb plant for free. Well, I shouldn't say for free. They put some effort into getting it, but unobstructed, we'll say,
Look at our boy
on
Flit
the
again.
A site.
Just we've talked about it a number of times, how good he's playing and how much trouble he's causing for NIP in the middle of the map. 1 kill, forces back, prevents them from even considering a rotation, and also setting him up for the hunt. Kickert goes down, not looking for Plopsky. I don't think they'll want to risk Jame. This might be where VP comes down. Actually, I take that back. They're so rich. Buster's going to go for it. Jame won't budge. They could line him up. Oh, what are you supposed to do about that? Good double from Buster right at the end, and VP is so relentless right now.
Some news, Jason.
Yes, sir.
I would like to give this to you. It does not pertain directly to this game, but this will be great news for everyone in the tournament. Boomich has produced 2 negative PCR tests in the last 48 afters. After consultation with local medical officials, he has been deemed medically exempt from isolation and can compete in IEM Katowice from the tournament area with Na'Vi.
Oh, that's beautiful.
Yes.
That announcement turns me on. I love it.
Yeah, absolutely. And credit to the Polish medical officials for accepting those 2 tests, because some countries have a mandatory isolation no matter what. So he will be joining Na'Vi in the tournament area tomorrow. That's fantastic.
I like that. Makes me very happy. All right, deep nade. Finally, some good news for NIP in the first 30 seconds of a round. Got good damage on a Buster, good damage on a Yekindar, both just around half HP. Then the map goes quiet.
For the moment, S-Tag's going to get aggressive, though, pushing down on the smoke that holds the B stairs. And Rez gets the shot onto Flitz. That's all the way back over at A. That's the lurk. That's the man that's been causing problems.
I don't even mind that aggressive lurk from Flit. Why not test it? He just kind of walked through Donut all the way up. Lost the fight towards Temple, but if he had won that, man, that could have sealed the round right out of the gate. When does NIP get nervous? If this hit has any success, if they can take out S-Tag, force some pressure, maybe those Jaguar players push out and Yekindar's waiting for it. He's not being aggressive at all. He's playing it passively. He wants them to push. Hampus is going to slide back in towards Cave. Plopsky's going to stay in. It's all down to this play at the B-bomb site. Smoke to block off S-Tag. Smoke to block off Fuzi, but Hampus drops one at the top of the ramp. There's a gap in this. Oh no, he's caught. He could have never known. Flashbang as well is going to give Buster the entrance into the bomb site. How does NIP hold this one off? Good kill from Yekindar. Finally pounces through the smoke as Fuzi. We've got a 3-on-3 with the bomb down.
Bomb down indeed. Nikender manages to at least get S-Tag. That was the man who found the kill prior. It leaves it to a 2-on-2. James still 100 HP on that AWP, looking toward an unobstructed and unsmoked lane, but Yekender gets that kill instead because he was sneaking along the wall. They'll double up and shuffle their position so as to trade. As Rez wants to work his way from the smoke, he takes Yekender. He knows that James is over in the same position. Nearly got the shot, the dink as well, but it is an 11th round for Virtus Pro.
A dominant half from VP, looking to close out this series on the 3rd map. We're headed to halftime. We'll see if NIP can come alive and recover.
I think the main things that changed with Fred stepping aside and being more of the analytical part, which is what he's already like super good at. Like he's always been known for coming up with innovative strats and like, you know, taking the meta a step further. So I think he can just fully focus on that now and not be here present. And like, I think what DJL offers is I think he's giving a little bit more resistance to Hampus. Challenging him on a lot of different aspects, challenging all of us, and making sure we're more aligned. He's more rigid and strict, which I think is super important for a team to really become one. So I think that's what he brings, and I think beyond Fred can just, you know, sit back and actually focus on all the strategic parts, which is what he's amazing at. So I think we just fine-tuned and got like more staff that could, you know, focus on what they're actually, you know, supposed to do.
It's time, Cologne! German Counter-Strike on the stage, a semi-final, and FaZe Clan, the star-studded roster, standing against them. Into the Lion's Den, and FaZe going to be one very big step closer to the Intel Grand Slam.
FaZe Clan has always been amongst the best when it comes to Counter-Strike, and their run at the 2018 edition of ESL One Cologne was no different from what they were used to.
He's going to be tested. What a flick to land. And Rain, oh my goodness, what is he doing? He's tearing them. That was absolutely phenomenal.
However, during the event, many felt it was a shame that this super team had to play with a disadvantage due to the absence of Olaf Meister, one of their most recognizable players. But the situation turned out to be not quite as black as it was painted, as Croman stood up to the challenge when they needed him the most.
Launches back toward Ivy. Make sure that's cleared before they get the ball in position. Next is going to bug. Croman snaps back with speed to immediately take out Smoothie behind him. Goppy as well. The stand-in stands up, and he might make big sit down. Oh, Croman! He's got 4. He's looking for the ace to pull it off.
That is absolutely amazing! He saves them, and a must-win round to tie things up.
Well, where is he now? Croman, what a stand-in performance that was, but you have to wonder what might have been. What might be in this game if Ninjas in Pajamas could maybe get a few more rounds. Maybe get this pistol, 11-4 Virtus Pro, third map of our series, upper brackets. Winner of this obviously stays undefeated, and that lower bracket's looking deadly, so I think Virtus Pro will very much want to close this out as quickly as possible. You've got some dualies, Jason.
I know, I love it. On Yekendar, of all players as well. He's far away from the action, though. Maybe he comes in on a rotation. Here's the set piece. Kickert gonna kind of slide back in towards Temple and then step forward again as I say that. He just wants one, although he's pretty damn committed in this position.
Rez is so close to that Temple already, Kickert. Aware, but not able. He's got the shot back. Jame trying to tap through. He's going to be forced all the way back down the tunnel as well. No one even getting closer at the CT connector because Buster wants to back Jame up. Flit instead, though, gets the shot. That's all the way from the Donut Hall.
S-Tag's got a big flank. He's going to come in through Donut late, but his teammates need to hold on a little bit longer, and that's perfect from Hampus.
You see the jam drop in the middle of this donut, Jason? Oh, not quite. Yekender somehow turns around to make that work, and the dualies go to work. He might get it. He might get this clutch, Jason. You might redeem yourself with the dualies, but they are not good enough again this time. Hampus with the kill, and NIP do get the pistol.
Oh, so close. Nice try from Virtus Pro, and NIP a much-needed pistol, 5-11. They've got a long road ahead. Nothing's going to feel good about winning that one as they look up at the scoreboard and realize it's a long, long route. But a good first step. Huge kill from Hampus. That's great shooting. Immediate gush, and Yekendar. Spidey sense tingling as he turns around. Almost was able to make this work. Low HP on Rez, and that final kill. Always the elusive one.
Right back into it. Already could see just quickly from our overhead shot, we've got a very aggressive position from Virtus Pro. 3 along the wall. Jame in behind. He'll throw the flash. But then, Fuzi will smash.
Shout out to
S-Tag as well.
Shout out to Fuzi for looking away from that flash and snapping back oh so quickly. Didn't even
High sense player.
Yeah, he just...
That was one thing when Henry talked me into the one sensitivity, I couldn't dodge flashes from my... I mean, I wasn't good at it to begin with, but I could, like, I would just look at them and be like, well, I'm blind.
Yeah.
It's so hard to snap away with the lower sense.
Yeah, not fun. You need those young man arm muscles. Just chuck your mouse across the keyboard.
Yeah.
Or across the mouse pad.
I'm not even going to defend that. I'm old. Rez takes out Kickerts. And it's the conversion of the pistol for NIP, which is a good way to look at things, trying to get back into this game. But there will be rifles bought out immediately from Virtus Pro on this round 3. And in fact, Yekender has thrown it up to Jame, because who else would you want to have it right now in this situation?
Yeah, but I mean, look at what it's cost him. No armor on Yekendar, and for someone who likes to be aggressive, I wonder if that's going to change the way he plays here in this round. So a lot of faith in Jame to get that going as soon as possible. Now, Jame is playing the A bomb site, so they might just be saying, Jame, just post up in the back of the site, control this, and let us be really mobile everywhere else on the map. Oh,
well, it's A as well, and if this goes poorly, you know what time it is. You know that op's going to want to be held on to.
That's a lot of early damage on the Flit. Just blind damage as well, unconfirmed, but Flit certainly feels it. James switching positions because of that damage. So if that was indeed his thought process with the AWP, it's now ruined.
Smoke down. Double smoke, in fact, because there was a gap on it. Flit's going to try and get up on the ledge. I was going to say that's not where you want to play. It's a predictable spam, and Hampus will get him inside of the smoke for it.
Yeah, odd decisions. And now Yekindar is going to rotate over. James is going to rotate back to the A bomb site. Kickert hasn't moved at a donut, and it's just Buster at the B bomb site, which is exactly where NIP is looking to execute. I think even Buster's sliding back and saying, screw this. We got no more utility. We got no more nades. We have no real stance in this round, so back off, save the weapons, and try again.
Back they go, Buster.
They're coming for it.
They are. They're going to bring Jame over. I mean, you might as well at this point. You're only down a man. They've got to hold it off quickly. You're right. And it smokes to each lane. Okay. Yeah, now I think they've reconsidered. Buster, yeah. Speculative, but that's it.
Op Yekindar with no armor, no kits, and no real utility. That would have been a crazy retake to go for. So they're going to be content. And I mean, this is a luxury provided by the incredible first half they had, 11-4, to now have an 11-6 lead. They have those 5 rounds to play with. You obviously don't want to be giving rounds up for free, but a round like this where you just really don't have any kind of a leg to stand on, you have the benefit of a lead to give up 1.
And they're not going to go too aggressively to chase. They are searching the bottom sides of middle, but 9 players survive, which means Virtus Pro get another gun round.
Almost 10?
Almost. Close only counts in horseshoes and hand grenades, Jason.
Yes, indeed. All right. Flitkin can drop a weapon. Another strong buy, dropped by the Alper, so James gonna have no utility, but he'll be just fine with that. Just gets to spend the round scoped up and focused on that one thing. He's gonna be in middle to start. Flit wants to get aggressive, or does he? It looked like it. Kickert was there, James was there, and they backed off. Good damage on a Plopsky to open up the round. He's chunked down to 40 HP. Same setup as the previous round.
Couple of shots through toward the cubby as well, but Buster's trying to sneak out and get information down the stairway. No one there. Fuzi's trying to jump peek it. Now clear toward cave at this point. Jame again, way back at A with the AWP. Minute on the clock. And things about to heat up, I think. 4 HP.
Plopsky feels horrible. Yeah, NIP hasn't really done anything across the map. They're just going to line up for the B execute.
I thought Flip was actually going to push with Kicker because he went over to Donut with him. I thought that's it. They're going to strengthen numbers, try and slowly close in on the map. Instead, he goes back to top red. So he's got mid at least considered, but they'll go. Smokes were waiting. They smoke off cave, though, so Buster's safe, but the dual smokes on lane, and in fact, a third one added to it. They will have no vision at all. Yekindar and Flit will rotate around. You presume it's for the boost, but they're a little late for that even, as S-Tag already goes for the bomb plant, and no kills come out until just now. Buster through a wall will find S-Tag. That's back actually through the wood. He was a little bit late to deny the plant, and I think he got that call from Flit and Yekindar, who couldn't get to the boost in time. But it was late, as I say, so they're playing the post plant as Buster will take out Fuzi. Hampus tries to repeat that same spot. Yekindar into res. Chance for this. This is massive because 4 players are on it. They can try and hold it. Buster's the low HP, but it doesn't matter because Yekindar comes out instead of the pillar. Will save him. Plopsky's on 4. He can do nothing of this. And Virtus Pro steal back the round.
Small detail with massive consequences. At the same time, they throw the smokes to execute to block off that left choke point into the bomb site. A Molotov is also thrown towards the end of cave to prevent any kind of repeaks. And it spreads just enough to pop the smoke and leave a gap that they actually had to fight for. That smoke is meant to prevent that kind of a fight, and that caused them to get bottlenecked. And so much damage being dealt to NIP from places they just didn't want to deal with at that time.
So Virtus Pro get their first of the second half, and it isn't on the first gun round for them, but virtue of the save, it's still the same purchase, and therefore they're starting to build up a bit. Likewise, though, NIP are the ones to call. Actually, excuse me, this is Virtus Pro calling the timeout. I would have thought this was NIP responding to this, given the money, but they don't want to make this mistake of blowing away the economy either. This is really a chance to topple the game in either direction. If they go down to a save here and you get NIP up to 9 rounds, everything's to play for. If they can get to 13-7 and break NIP in the process, you're looking 14-7, you're looking pretty comfy. Tag will support Hampus by getting an 8 out inside of middle. They aren't going to go on the back of that. 2 players did push through as Flit and Kicker took Donut by way of pushing mid. Plopsky and Rez are the ones that are waiting down at the catwalk position. They'll start to clear toward Jaguar and make sure the the boxes rather, are not occupied by any CTs, because this tag never had a chance to actually peek through the elbow and spot that. Flashing themselves in. Ekender's the only one that's watching from cave.
Don't think they've realized yet that Buster has that AWP. He hasn't fired off a shot just yet. That could be dangerous. Good timing on the smoke. Plopsky spams into it, but nothing. He's going to rotate away towards mid. Looks like they want to make some kind of a play. You mentioned this in the previous round. Looked like Flit and Kicker wanted to combine and Donut for some mid-round aggression in middle. They're doing it here. Hampus is lying in wait, though.
Deep smoke. Kickert's ahead of it. Very far ahead of it.
Down.
And he's ahead of the shots. You're right, bomb is down. Flit's gonna push forward. Oh man, that flash. He almost got 2 inside of a blinding light. Instead, though, he now has to battle back to try Rez and claim that bomb. He can't. He's shut down by Kickert, who shuffled over below him at the wall. And I think this round's done. Fuzi's behind enemy lines, but it doesn't really matter at this point. 16 seconds, Virtus Pro, and even by way of a kill, we'll have Buster take him down to find 13, and this is exactly what we talked about. NIP, they've got better money than I would have expected. Plopsky's at 9K. So the efficiency of their first 3 plus the additional lost round bonus, they're all right.
Scary thing is that, like, this is a completely different T-side we're seeing out of NIP than we did at Virtus Pro. Remember, they were kind of challenging for map control in mid. They were swinging out wide, getting some kills. NIP's not really doing much on the map until they kind of want to slowly make their move and get ready for a set piece, which means they're not having a whole lot of information, and it's leaving the space open to the CT side to actually be the aggressors. Looking good for Virtus Pro early on in these gun rounds in the second half. 6-round lead, just 3 rounds away from closing this series out.
A bias off the spawn. Hampus checking middle, but he's smoked off at elbow, and in the meantime, James was actually going toward middle because Flit wanted to support Buster and try and get a flash over top from Cubby to let Ekinder peek. He doesn't see anyone, and James and Flit are on the rotation. Ekinder's got really good information right now, and NIP is going to be in a world of trouble.
Yeah, can actually grab it. Oh.
I was just saying, there's no one at Donut, but you still have to go either direction, and you're right. Ekinder takes down Hampus, they're locked. There's no way out of it.
I thought he might have caught Hampus with an 8 in hand. He was lining up a smoke for a second, but pulled out the AK at the right second. Now you got to go into James. Let's see what he's got. Op in hand. Sliding into it. Fuzi. Not yet.
Hey, Ekinder doesn't get enough information to confirm that it is A because he wanted to check it. James down by Fuzi. Op battle won by NIP, and Kicker now trying to do what he can from inside of the donut hallway. That flash will hold him up slightly. Flit's going to come back around on top of it, but they're boosting Fuzi above. Smoke to plant. Fuzi, another great shot as he has 2 in this round. Buster with the second AWP trying to find an angle in return. No smoke down to cover him off just yet, but he can't find the shot from inside of the temple, and he better pray for another chance to whatever God lives inside, because at this point in time, NIP not only have the man advantage, but they get closer. The problem is they have no more smokes. Yeah. Now they do. Hampus just picked one up.
This position from Buster can cut the map. They have to plant inside the smoke. Yakandar's going to spam it. It goes down. Now someone's got to get aggressive in towards Temple, in towards Buster's crosshair that he's holding. Kickert's up next. He's found the upper. Bomb being planted. Buster goes down, and a 2-on-2 we have.
At least they get that bomb planted. A single smoke to do it on such a vast territory in sight. It'll give them a chance in it. 2-on-2, as you say. They know where both are. This is just a straight-up duel at this point. There's no surprises, but it's a matter of who peeks first and who gets baited out. It's Yekender that's caught, and Kickert's in no man's land as well. As Hampus tries to swing around, he'll get the second, and NIP survive to get their 8th round.
Oh, that's filthy. Hampus able to clear out Temple. What a strong position to grab for the T side. Even with the planter being spammed down once, even with an Opera being found from Donut with no contest, VP, that one slips away from them. Hard-fought win for the Ninjas. And, man, it wouldn't have been possible without this guy. The opening onto Jame, the second opening onto Flit, holding onto the site. What a great performance for the young Opera from NIP. And a better clutch from Hampus, who continues to be impressive in the NIP jersey. 5-round lead for Virtus Pro. Another bye, but they're out of money after this. Look at the mid-control for the CT side this early on. Oh, James sees the shoulder, sees it just creeping around the corner, makes things easy for him.
Buster, again, back at the B site, and again looking down the lane, but not with an op this time, and nearly taken down by one as Fuzi forces him off the angle. They're going to walk in. Yekender waiting for a chance to try and peek this out. He might get baited in because Buster goes first, and that's exactly it. He trades off the other bomb. Is inside of the site, inside of the smoke.
Oh, no. Worst case scenario. This feels horrible if you're NIP. Kickert's now pushed down mid. Doesn't even have to be aggressive. Can just hold an angle. Pick and choose whenever he wants. The timing is going to be brutal regardless. A flank through Jaguar to get Hampus, not even necessary. Fuzi left behind a smoke, blinded. He'll grab one, but he's falling right back into Kickert.
Yeah, Kicker perfectly positioned. So 14 now for Virtus Pro, and in response to the immediate round from NIP, despite their money going into that last one after 2 losses, it reset the bonus, and it sets them back to pistols. So this might be one of our very few remaining rounds coming up. Yekender with the MP9.
Gotta feel the pressure in a timeout like this. 8-14. Trying to rally for one last battle, one last surge to get back into this game. We've touched on it a number of times. The teams that are currently waiting in the lower bracket are teams you don't want to mess with. As impressive as NIP's win was against Gambit yesterday, you don't want to be facing them at that kind of a match in the tournament. It's been hard fought. You can see the B stream right here. Gambit and Copenhagen Flames going to 3 maps.
Yeah, again, that's elimination match too. That's
imagine having to play Gambit on Vertigo as the deciding map in the series. There's no joy with that.
Well, things are just getting joyous for Virtus Pro over here. Perhaps Hampus will start his way toward the A tunnels. Kickert's all the way back in Temple. Flit, who is so good at the T side at getting mid-control, is trying to hold it right now, but Yekender and Jame already at the boxes.
I love how they're getting James set up right now. Just push him out towards Jaguar. They have complete control as middle, as, by the way, they've had this entire half. Yep. NIP has not contested it.
Well, I guess that's kind of the point. Flit was trying to hold it, but he hasn't had to do anything this half.
Yeah,
he's gone quiet. He's 15 and 12, and I think he was 13 and something, like at round 12.
This fake will not work over at the A bomb site. No one's gonna budge, and they walk right into Jame. It's beautiful. VP taking all the space NIP's letting them have, and Buster with a nice spray down a double, and this is just a slaughter across the whole map.
And Buster had MP9 at that range is not amazing.
I appreciate
basically shooting spitballs at him, but Jame brings a bigger weapon. That's a little more suitable for that range. Buster had to be ready for that, right? As soon as Jame gets the shot, they try to rush up the lane, and Buster's like, all right, now they've funneled toward me. He's in the open, but it's a quick spray down. Map and series point for Virtus Pro to remain in the winners bracket, the upper bracket, I should say. Double elimination, and that would knock NIP down. And like you say, very scary prospect awaiting the fates of those who were unsuccessful so far with a number of top teams down there. It's a shaky event so far. No one is safe, Jason.
No one at all. That's what we like about Katowice. Here we go, 4 players, NIP, last-ditch effort, desperate attempt to attack the A bomb site. 4 players there at the moment. Plopsky back in T-spawn with a smoke. But how desperate is it? Mid-control, Flit has all the information. Kickert can play this as passively as he'd like, in any way he'd like. Here comes the set piece. Gotta be careful, though. AK in hand. Sees the utility coming. Flashbang's going to give away his position. They're going to be close. They're going to be close before he realizes it. Holding on a temple. Spray is a bit wild, but he still transfers it over and delays the bomb plant as well.
But Hampus at least gets one back, and he's going to try and smoke off toward the temple position, but that's not where the problem ensues, because Hender's walked out from CT, and he'll find Fuzi and the bomb, and Hampus, well, he's the last remaining professor on campus, but does he have a lecture worth listening to? Not quite. Kender's got the kill in return, and it is going to be Virtus Pro at 16-8.
Oh, that's a valiant effort from Hampus, but powered by a spectacular offensive half on Ancient, Virtus Pro cruised through the third map. Vertigo was a struggle. That was a bit dicey, but they recover so well in the series. NIP is going to go down to that very dangerous, very deadly lower bracket. And Virtus Pro is going to march on. They take the victory. We'll take a break, and then we'll get you back with the desk to close out the evening.